March of Dimes. Family fun run cancer bonanza. Front page of apartheid times. All of the charm of a car bomb. Arms wide open, taking no targets alive. Dark was the night, save for a red glow painting the sky in a sickening light. Like a scene out of hell or a day in an utterly alien life. When the fire runs wild. These are the years where the wild is more your daily drive. To wrestle the truth of extinction from out of the jaws of your pride. So open them wide, now is the time, there's nothing to fight. Blasted or sworn to defy, the end is the same and we're inches away from the line. So abandon your ego to die, the bed that we made is where we go to die. But never was passing in one's own sleep such a hideous sight. Such a storm of convulsion and bile expulsion from out of our mouths and our eyes. But these are the rights they implore us to exercise, with our signature forged and our hands all tied. And with eye contact and a senator's smile, they thank you for saving democracy right as they tighten the binds. Right when they're joining your chain to your neighbors, leading you out in a line. Call it the March of Dimes. One more charity parody. Hold back grants while we dance for the president's salary. Funding the bunkers where all of the wealthy will cower to witness our steepest decline. To err is a trait so inherently human. And to hoard enough wealth that you peacefully sleep when those humans are burning alive is truly divine. If divinity really means withered and fully decaying inside, you could live with yourself till you run out of wine and ring for a drone off a prime. Skim a little off at the top of the March of Dimes. Sign of our system of capital, head to the sky with a hideous cry that mimics the suffering families out on the street that have built a career out of passing by, who were part of the great design. Part of a citizen base with its fate resigned. Part of a two-party system where both of the goals align. And the end result is more housing crisis than the plot device of 2009. Capitalism demanded a sacrifice. So I walk to the square, hand them my son, and they hand me the dice. I roll for his life. To an equal extent, you could say I was rolling for mine. I'd called any favor, I paid any bribe. But it's all up to me for the roll, so I close my eyes. And the sound of the crowd is the same for a 1 or a 5. Two equal outcomes playing as though they're on opposite sides. And I know in my heart that on 4 out of 6 he'll be fine. But I can't seem to roll them, I can't let them go, I'm just holding them tight. I'm just holding them tight. I can't seem to roll them, I can't let them go, I'm just holding them tight. I'm just holding them tight. I can't seem to roll them, I can't let them go, I'm just holding them tight. I'm just holding them tight. Nah, I can't seem to roll them, I can't let them go, I'm just holding them tight. I'm just holding them tight.
People still owe money. People still owe money. No. People still owe money. People still owe money.
It looks to me as though you learned to love your prison. I guess you'd say you made it your own. Such a difficult decision. I bet you finally feel like you're home. Home.
Right in the center where the haves meet. You were proud of incremental half speeds. You were getting down in the AOC dance line, hands tied, nodding to the backbeat. Your Secret Service dive in front of any representative alive, being asked for the very bare minimum. And you'll turn into that same kind of hard-right villain you detested should we mention they could ever muster maximum. Cause liberal denial's such a lofty ataraxia, where morals take a back seat, not up in the cab, but in hidden panels made by federal human traffickers. If If you trust the autopilot, then you're just a sleeping passenger, passively accepting that it isn't us the bastards serve, making peace with all the evil walking on this rancid earth, seeking unity with those who bound your hands at birth, glancing up at fascists on a bloody dais thinking they just need a push. Not a holy man, but I'm praying for a burning bush. Yeah, I know you'd love to look away, but love, you need to look. There are many massacres the country manufactured that will never make the books. Now here's your fucking hook.
It looks to me as though you learned to love your prison. I guess you'd say you made it your own. Who knew that freedom's such a difficult decision? I bet you finally feel like you're home.
Home on the range of excuses. Justify some fracking, water down pollution, paint a fresh coat of bipartisan charm over backroom collusion. Your consent is being manufactured by illusions, marketing executives in federal seclusion, working day and night to keep you just the side of lucid, and too beat down for calling out abuses. So fuck all these progressives who can speak on revolution once they empty all your powder out and spit on all your fuses. I prefer to judge a leader not by quality of tweets, but the six-figure book deals she chooses, donors he betrays, and donors that he'd gladly take a bullet before he refuses, slogans he reuses, buzzwords he produces, then he spews like mucus. Well, two can play at that. So here's the inner dialogue of every time I snap, and it's fine-tuned to ruthless, and saying politics are useless. Just a bunch of loose lips tweeting cute shit, power suits, taxpayer booze trips, bunker at the ready when the shoe flips, and there will be no news clips. There will just be
People still owe money. People still owe money. No.
It looks to me as though you learned to love your prison. I guess you'd say you made it your own. Who knew that freedom's such a difficult decision? I bet you finally feel like you're home.
People still owe money. People still owe money.
They'll gladly pay you by the hour for a minute or so, so you can sign off on the towers where they'll piss on your home. And if you feel like you're just powerless to answer them no, it's 'cause you are. They'll gladly pay you by the hour for a minute or so, so you can sign off on the towers where they'll piss on your home. And if you feel like you're just powerless to answer them no, it's 'cause you are. It's 'cause you are. They'll gladly stagnate a living wage, snap the chains, bury it. Labor slaves in rusty cages dragged behind a chariot, led by Mr. Racial Jungle, Joseph or Iscariot, fighting over scraps as they barrage us all with variants and BuzzFeed clickbait, straight until we're paralyzed, trying to distract us from the concentration camps that Joe had swore he'd close but only chose to amplify. where they got 50-something kids in cages made for 5 to occupy. And no, she hasn't seen the camps, but Harris swears they're paradise. She tells us the facilities are safe, and that right down to the women, they are regularly sterilized. Then she throws her head back and she proceeds to laugh, that sort of heartless cackle you'd expect from someone working steadfastly on behalf of the virus and a Congress full of parasites. And where was I? I was busy cashing every blue check, demonstrating plainly all the narratives expected from the verified. I was busy breeding verbal leeches by the terabyte. Train them to exsanguinate the wealthy while they sleep at night. Bleed the oil barons dry and barren. Say they showed us how to share and now we share alike. Tell them I contracted rabies from a feral mic. Now I'm just another species losing sleep to noise pollution and these glaring lights. Forced to change its habits and adapt to just survive. Now it's safe to say that some of us are thriving in the moment, throwing shit on presidential homes beneath the Paris skies. So if you feel like you're just powerless, I guess you bought the lie. But I can tell they're petrified of our collective might, 'cause I can hear those gentrifiers weeping at the sight of our collective rights. And I only can imagine the intensifying fear of knowing revolution's near. And all that's left to do is simply wallow in the thick anticipation of a rabid bite. And baby, one day you can ask your leaders just what that was like before you grab a slice. So if you think you're powerless, allow me now to change your mind. Honey, if you think you're powerless, allow me now to change your mind. See, they'll pay you hourly, tax them each apart, and build a shining tower out of loopholes and cards, and tell you that you're powerless to keep you in the dark, because you aren't, because we aren't. You see, they'll pay you hourly, tax them each apart, and make you build a shining tower out of loopholes and cards, where they'll tell you that you're powerless to keep you in the dark, because you aren't, because we aren't.
We'll probably chat for a bit and I'll do the spoken word piece first and then all the Christmas show.
Yay, we're here, we're live. What's up, everybody? It's Indy, it's Jesse, it's that time again for American Tradition, which I'm so psyched to do one more time, yet again. Episode 16. I got this guy sitting next to me. He's not even talking yet. I got Jesse Jett here. Come on. Hi, everybody. We got it.
Hi, everybody.
It seems to be like our opening that we've developed, even though kind of developed naturally. Hi, everybody. So,
right.
yeah,
I know it feels weird not to at this point.
We're here chilling out, and we're gonna play some Christmas songs, and we're gonna not air some grievances. That's gonna be Friday night with Uncle Warren on the Festivus show. That should be an interesting time. We didn't know who's gonna show up and what kind of who knows gonna grab the pole and air the grievances. So that's gonna be fun. We have Uncle Warren Extra Booyah in the house. We got Charlie Mack. Charlie Mack, man, how you been? Where you been? I reached out, said hello. Glad to see you over here.
Charlie,
Punisher, Mad Mom. We got everybody's here.
Charlie,
Cynic.
I got to give Charlie a big shout out. Not only for always being helpful and supportive. Now both times that my whole family's come down with COVID, but just got a big old box of chocolates on my front door from Charlie and fam.
Oh, and
when I see the box, first thing my son is like, what is that? Is that for me? Is that for you? Who is that? What is that? I'm like, I don't know. Just give me a second. He's just chomping at the bit, foaming.
I open it and he's like, what is this? Is this like something I can get in on? And I'm like, oh, it totally is. It absolutely is. He's like, can I eat it? Can I eat it? I'm like, yeah, you sure fucking can.
He just ripped that shit.
Yeah, that was perfect timing when I came home tonight. So Charlie, thank you so much. Seriously, we love you.
That's awesome. Thank you, Charlie. That's so sick. We got the best fam, seriously.
Oh, and thank you, Colin. Yeah, several dudes at work today were like, bro, that sweater is fucking dope. I'm like, thank you. Something guys appreciate a good sweater, and our boy Colin is no exception. So thank you, Colin.
Wow. That is a nice Christmas sweater. Look at Colin. Everybody's sending gifts and shit.
Right?
Like now I'm feeling inadequate.
Oh no, Colin didn't get me the sweater. I thought Colin just said I'm looking unusually sexy. Unusually sexy. I don't know how I feel.
Unusually, like
unusually sexy and warm this evening.
Well,
but
you're also
fair,
looking
I feel
unusually cat in the hattish
feel
today.
Unusually sexy and warm. That's true. So.
if we see our wonderful thumbnail designed by Cynic tonight, wow, awesome, wow.
Oh my gosh, yeah, seriously, I was not prepared for that thumb. Like, can we put it up? Yeah,
I'm showing it up on screen now,
full glory.
Yeah, well, here I've got.
And bless her heart, because she's working on the album cover for the album that comes out in 4 days. So she's been crunching and still managed to squeeze this out on no sleep. So big thanks.
Aw, yeah, seriously, that's amazing stuff. That cat in the hat is just wow.
I know. It's eerie. It's like you did a face swap with me and the cat. Like it's too similar.
But like my daughters looked at that and went, "That's Jesse." Like, no. Did you really? Yes. Yeah, I guess it is. Yeah, I just made him do a spit take. But yes, Jesse Cat. Even my kids know that it's Jesse the cat.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I can't wait till we do the cat in the hat, reading. Well, they're really gonna think you're Dr. Seuss. I swear it's gonna be great.
Right.
So yeah, I will. Since I love to read the descriptions that are provided to me, and while he takes a hit. Join Indy and Jesse for the holiday variety show you asked for, but can't turn down without pooping the party. Songs, stories, assorted cheer, and no more than 5 minutes of politics. That's not true. It's a miracle of in the loosest sense of the word, in the loosest stool of the word, too, I would say.
Stop it. I wasn't ready for that. Sorry. Good thing I wasn't drinking coffee.
We have fun here. Yeah, and I've had like mega back problems for a month, and today's like the first day my back isn't killing me, and like I'm feeling good. This is good. And we've actually got somebody over on the Rock Fins, Doctor Who, thank you. What up over there? Let's see. I don't know if I have the Rock Fin thing able to bring up on this screen or the next one, but I think it's on the other screen I can bring it up. Or in presenter mode. I think in presenter mode. If I go to like this, and I'm pretty sure if I do that, I can do.
Yeah, I'm noticing. Normally I can see our banner through you and chat, and I'm not seeing that. I'm just seeing the brick wall and you.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
That's no bueno. Well, let's fix that. Yeah. Oh, that's right. I know.
Oz.
Oh, Oz is here too. Oh, now it's a party. All right, Oz is in the house. If I go to virtual webcam and I go to this, now you should be able to see what you want to see.
I sure can. Look at all that. There we go.
Nice. And everybody still sees me. That's beautiful. All right. So I can even check this out. Jesse can even see me in the corner if he wants to.
Oh,
hi, everybody.
Oh, my God.
Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. I just turned the camera on. Dr. Seuss Christmas songs, Mad Mom. Yes, the best for sure. Yeah, we're gonna get down tonight. We're gonna have some fun. I don't know how many people are live because the restream bot's not telling me that. I probably need to reload it. You don't have to do that.
Feds.
But, yep. Thanks, restream bot. Where's it gonna show up? Oh, of course, over me.
No problem, Andy.
Nice. All right, Gene, my FBI agent handler. We know. He's always listening, and it just. What are we gonna do? So,
Gene.
So today I decided to have some fun with that Chat GPT and the bot. Everybody's been talking about like this AI stuff. So I started to write an article, and I wrote an article about writing an article, which is very Seinfeldish. Right? But like I started to write this thing and I told it what to write. And I'm like, all right, this looks pretty good. I'm going to copy paste this. And as I'm reading the copy paste, I'm like, wait a minute. This isn't very accurate. Like it's kind of shit libby. Like the chatbot's a shit lib? Yes, the chatbot's a shit lib. Why? Because the chatbot is an aggregation of all the media out there that it reads. And it's overwhelmingly shit libby. How about that?
That's all it knows.
Pretty much.
Just like the actual shit libs. It's like it's hard to hold it against you because that's all you've been fed.
Well, for example, so here's what I told it to say, and I'll read you exactly kind of what this said. But I said, write a 250-word article about the impact of the Twitter File 7, the Hunter Biden laptop, corruption at the highest levels of government influence and overreach in social media, and private businesses. And it proceeded to pretty much say that the Hunter Biden laptop, we're not really sure whether it's real or not. It stirred up a big controversy, and a lot of people wanted Twitter to do more censorship over it. That's what the article tells me. Wait, what? Nothing about like, and and it said something about alleged drug use. No, we got video of this guy smoking crack. What? And then what about influence peddling? It's 10% to the big guy. So there's all this stuff. So I wrote this article and I basically corrected the chatbot and then said, okay, here's where it's wrong. And that's my article.
That's awesome.
Welcome to 2022. I'm correcting AI chatbots.
I was about to say that's going to be the future of AI.
Yes, correcting
much
the
like
record.
Much like jobs I've had where like the machine does the work, but you have to oversee the machine because it's going to fuck up every couple seconds. So really, who's doing the work still?
Pretty
at
much.
The end of the day?
Pretty much, man.
Can't do it without me, can you piece of shit?
Right? And then, until the Matrix, when the machines figure out how to think and then replace me, and then you have a machine that tells the other machine what to do. That's coming. It's just a matter of time.
Oh, for sure.
Shout out to Tara Reid and to all the amazing, courageous women that have been standing up and trying to really beat the drum against Biden, against what Eliza Blue's doing to raise stuff on child sexual exploitation. I mean, there's so many things happening out there on Twitter alone. I mean, it's really just become a force of nature on its own. And I don't know how much of a psyop this whole thing is, just to keep us all distracted from the fact that they're spending all of our money on War Machine and not helping anybody. And
that's the JFK papers. That's doing enough of that.
Well, that too. And then I was talking with my buddy about like there's another like Davos World Economic Forum, and they're getting together, and their agenda is just horrifying and nightmare inducing. They're just saying it right out in plain sight what their goals are, and
for sure.
Yeah, thanks.
For sure,
appreciate that.
Right?
Oh, it's Yo Mama. That's right, not your mama. It's Yo Mama. That's right, Doctor Who. I appreciate that. And it is Thorish, and yeah, we're gonna have some fun here. So tonight we're going to do a spoken word piece. Go ahead.
We are. I figure you just kind of did a good lead in for us too. When I was looking over stuff to do, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to include. I mean, it's American tradition. We still have to do one piece that is to the normal tune of this program, and this seemed like a good one because it's got a few Christmas references. The track itself is usually sleigh bells, but we're doing it spoken word tonight. To my knowledge, have never performed this. I may have read it on like Facts on the Ground back when I first wrote the piece. If I did, it would have been pre-inauguration gift. Yeah, me too. I shout out to Misty because she's been doing her thing and killing it. But yeah, it's been too long since we've been on a show together. So Misty, if you're seeing this, we need to remedy that.
I sent her the link to tonight. Hopefully she checked in and she'll pop in and say hi. But if not,
she was sweet. She was one of those people. couple weeks ago when we got COVID for the second time, she was one of those people who noticed and texted me. She was like, "You haven't been on Twitter in a few days. Is everything okay?"
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't terminally online for a few days.
The vid kind of hits everyone. It's getting everyone.
It does.
My niece.
This was my first experience with the Michigan strain as opposed to Florida one.
The Michigan strain. I love it. Well, they keep putting these ads on TV and on the radio. I keep hearing one, as I'm driving my kids to school about like, get your vaccine. It's safe and effective for the original strain. They're literally just telling you straight up, like, it's not for this. It's not for anything, but it will still reduce.
Yep.
It's like, okay.
Which is like making a fucking game that only runs on Windows 98 right now. Like, what the fuck good is that for me? I'm sorry. Even if it did work, even if it was like what it claims to be.
Come get this expired can of tuna. There you go.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Where's next year's model?
The Michigan strain has lead in it. He's kind of close, Anthony. I wouldn't be too surprised. Shout out to the people.
Way less congestion, way more heart stress. Like, that's how I first noticed. I was carrying a laundry basket upstairs. I was like, I feel like my heart's gonna fucking burst. I was like, just for shits and giggles. Like, I wonder if we got any tests laying around. And yep, aced that fucker.
That's your second time acing that. So that's.
But and again, much like with the grift. That was not a Freudian slip. I do not have lice, for the record. I do not have lice. Just like when I was wrapping up the grift, got COVID then, and half of the songs on grift and everything on Home Companion was recorded when I had the Florida version. And so then here I was wrapping up this next record and got COVID. I was like, well, I'm off of work for a week. I might as well get some work done on this album and polish it off. So, which I'm excited. We're doing. I'll be putting it out Christmas Eve, and a week from today, next Tuesday, we'll be here to do a listening party for it.
I'm super excited about that.
5 tracks, about a half an hour. It's obviously I've put out a couple of things, but they've been spoken words. Like, this is the actual like follow up to the grift. And I'm really happy with it. I'm really, really happy with these songs. So yeah.
Well, for all who don't know, I'm showing jessejett.bandcamp.com, which is probably going to scroll in the ticker. If not, it's definitely in the doobly-doo description below. But please go there, support our friend over here, because he did miss a week of work, and that means a week without a paycheck for both he and Mrs. Jett over here. So anything that you can do to hook up. We do also take donations on Rockfin. So you can go to rockfin.com/INN. We even have a Patreon, and I logged into our Patreon, I think for the first time in about 6 months, and somebody actually had signed up, and thank you so much. And we've got a patron, and we're really grateful for that. And link for Anthony. So link for, what do we need? What do we need the link for? The Rockfin? Well, we could just go to rockfin.com/INN, and that'll get you to the Rockfins. And then so Bandcamp. Yeah, here's jessejett.bandcamp.com. I'm guessing
that's the place.
Probably getting here, but this is
so yeah, we're gonna get
the track we're gonna
when I was doing inauguration gift, I realized there were a few songs that talked about winter, and I started kind of tucking little Christmas sounds in. There's a few different like sleigh bells and things like that. And obviously there's the song Ugly Fucking Christmas. But yeah, this is Permafrost.
All right, so let me blow this up so they can read the titles.
Blow it up.
There we go. Boom. Rip it.
All right. Joe's appointees have cut their teeth, teaching other thieves the proper ways and means to come and eat your lunch. How to circumvent the law and reach right through your window to the dinner table, pilfering your Easter brunch. A little east of Eden, south of heaven now for each of us, where the 99% of us are made to be the least of us. And it's only normal because it's what our system teaches us. Ugly fucking Christmas, dismal Christmas Eve, some hideous statistics if you're brave enough to read, how many million families are without a thing to eat, and there'll only be a blurb on the TV. Right before the NYSE record profit Wall Street circle jerk right into our stockings as a Christmas treat. Just before you overdraft so you can get a Christmas tree. See you miss 2 weeks on the job because you don't get the same quick testing that the rich receive. Your livelihood and that of all your families isn't worth half as much as a birthday jamboree for these fucking dog shit A-list celebrities. And you know what? I hope they live it up, because in the next couple months, we won't see them for their wealth. We'll just see a source of calories. Now talk about your raw, unscripted, unsalted reality. Talk about a household name upon your table like a centerpiece. Talk about you reckoning your overwhelming hunger with your beckoning morality. And then let's have a talk about duality. How to keep your sanity and forage for your neighbors and the remnants of your family. And why you shouldn't grieve when you feast on your leaders, because all of them are felons who will never see a sentence for a felony. That's reserved for you and me and the extended peasantry. Because for every felon sentenced, there's a senator with all the same offenses who will never see a cell, yet they sell you on the speech about how they are not your enemy. And if they go to trial, they might have to spend a while in the kind of place that puts all your vacation spots to shame with their amenities. Somewhere in the twisted human structure of the capitalist centipede, we're the segment living on the excrement of those who eat the excrement of those who dine on Perignon and caviar, but couldn't guess the retail price of a candy bar, and who play with the lives of the poor like an endless sea of avatars, pulling all the filthiest of strings in the purest garb, some of whom I'm sure are being vetted by the Biden team for title of insurance czar. When I say all of Biden's cabinet are fascists, you say, yeah, Jesse, sure they are. Then you go and roll your eyes like you heard it all. Tell me how it means that I'm a Trump supporter, honey. I done heard it all. It don't hurt at all. I'm unnerved, but I'm vertical. Answered the call because I heard the call and all it was burn it all. It was simple enough that I only heard it once, but I learned it all. Learned to sew, made a Biden voodoo doll, burned the doll, brought the doll to life just to watch it crawl, swept up the ash, made a batch of cookies, fell asleep and burned them all. Take me to your fash, honey. I can try to turn them all or turn them into sterno if they were to shut the furnace off. Winter heard us cough and urges us beyond the permafrost. Twitter purges us, and CNN will have us on so they can turn us off. They don't try to hide it, they just turn us off. They don't even hide it, they just turn us off. They won't even hide it, they just turn us off. They don't have to hide it, they just... And that's permafrost.
They just... He does that, folks. He does that. Yeah. There's 2 or 3 songs. Well, that you waited for the warning, but the warning never. I believe it was our first show when I had to finish that song. But
Yes.
Sunday morning, number 40. That is how I opened every night of every episode of How Do We Miss That? Like when I start the music every Sunday night, it's always good morning, Sunday morning.
Morning.
It perfectly fits Nancy with that and
I enjoy it.
Yeah, I know she does. So
oh God, that woman.
We're not gonna miss her.
All right. No, we won't. That's very true. All right. So yeah, we're gonna pull out just some weird. I mean, usually if I pull out covers, they're a little off the beaten path. I'm admittedly not a huge Tracy Chapman fan, but her version of Oh Holy Night is fucking phenomenal. It's so good. when I lived in the Keys, I did a local radio thing where they wanted a few Christmas songs, and I did this. And it's funny, like I not Christian by any stretch of the imagination, but growing up, I always loved Christmas, and that's like one of the few holidays that still, especially now that I have a kid, like I know just the nostalgia factor for me is a biggie. And I'm also a big Christmas music snob, because for me it's like there's the classics and why cover them for the most part. So it's like you've got your original, you know, like your Dean Martin, Bing Crosby kind of those, like that's, I don't need beyond that, with the exception of like a handful of songs. And this was one of the instances where I will totally take this over an original, even though I feel like I don't know, a little bit of an imposter playing Christmas music.
It's kind of like heathenish, and it's kind of like blasphemous,
Yeah,
and it's
right?
kind of
Exactly.
like antichrist-ish. So it kind of works for me, honestly.
There you go.
I was actually having a conversation with someone today, a coworker of all things, about end times theory, and he's a big believer in the rapture and very religious. And I'm like, you realize that like that's not. That does he started to tell me that came from Judaism. I'm like, no, dude, that's not, end time stuff is not from like the Torah. Like it's just,
Yeah, right.
it's just fun. But I was talking about the rapture today of all things. Welcome to 2022. Like, really, this is it's crazy. But yes, well, Merry Christmas, everyone. Antichrist.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
The stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared and the soul felt its worth. A thrill of hope, no weary world rejoices yonder breaks. A new and glorious morning, fall on your knees. Oh, hear the angel voices. Oh, night divine. Oh, night when Christ was born. Oh, night divine. Oh, night. Oh, night divine.
Jesus.
That's beautiful. You know, the whole time I hear that song, you got to take the drink, and you got. I'm thinking of Cartman. Early night, something, and get presents. Thank you, Jesus, for being bad. Oh, dude, that's so good. That's so good. Yeah, cracking me up. Yep. Cartman's "Oh Holy Night" is perfect.
All right, we're gonna fire off one more song before we get into the story part of the evening. And yeah, I never even wanted to bother trying to play this because I've always loved just doing it a cappella. I same with the Tracy Chapman cover of that last song. That was on the very special Christmas 3 compilation from the early 90s, mid 90s. And that also had Chris Cornell doing Ave Maria, which is just about as close to perfect as you can get. And I listened to that a lot growing up, and so that was just always like how you sang that song to me. Yeah, so I gave it a shot on that Christmas show on the Radio and the Keys about 10 years ago, and I'm gonna give it a crack tonight.
I think your phone's a little too close to your mic. I'm getting a little feedback there.
Yeah, I'm getting some crackle too. I'm not sure why.
Is that your phone, maybe? Because your phone's near your mic? Sometimes when it's close by, it picks up that feedback.
No, my phone's muted. I don't have anything else by it.
Yeah, I know, but for whatever reason, it just does. Now
oh, gotcha. Just because
the two things are close to each other, the magnetic fields pick up.
I'm still hearing it. Still hearing it.
Are we?
That?
I'm kind of hearing it a little bit.
Hear it.
I don't know. Weird. Okay. Move all the devices.
All right.
Stream Deck. Everything get out of the way.
Yeah, let's get out of the way.
All right. Christmas Cartman Band. Okay. Yes. Cartman's Christian Band. That sounds like wanting to F Jesus. Oh, that's a whole other thing. When he does the Christian rock band.
Yeah, the album cover photo shoot.
Yes,
the one person staring off to the side. I just losing it. I want to get on my knees and start pleasing Jesus.
Yes, it's so wrong. It's so wrong.
So it sounds like you're actually in love with the Lord.
Well, yeah.
I'm sorry. Are you not in love with Jesus?
I am. Classic.
Oh God. Okay. On that note, folks, this is Maria. Fun fact, actually, fun little backstory. This song is what got me my first paying gig when I was, I'm gonna say like 10. Was hanging out in the meat section at Publix and waiting for my mom to get some deli stuff. And instrumental Ave Maria came on. So I just started belting it out in Publix because why not? I was in the grocery store. I was bored.
Sure.
And one of the ladies said something. She was like, you have a really great voice. She was like, can we get your contact info or something? Because we might be doing like a Christmas event here. And I was like, oh, sure. Why not? So my mom gives them our number. Well, I don't hear from them until the following year. And we get a call and they're like, hey, if you're still available, we're going to come have you come, play. So I learned some Christmas songs and they literally had me like set up on an end cap in the store and played for a while. And then at one point they actually brought me over to the intercom system and had me just play into the intercom mic. So it went throughout the store. Wow. I got $50 for playing the gig, which I spent on this sweet ass remote controlled boat. And it was money well spent. But yeah, that was the first paying gig was for a Publix grocery store playing Christmas songs.
And Cynic is saying that the whole store ended up circling around to listen to you in the end.
The mosh pit was sick. Publix has you on mosh pits, man. Publix is the place to be.
Publix has the boar's head meats.
Publix.
It was right by the deli counter. They went crazy with the boar's head meats, and yeah, I think it might have been my headphones too close to the mic. That might have been what was going on. I don't hear that feedback.
How many times have we had that talk, Andy?
See, we do that. We do that occasionally. So right, unprofessional. So
yeah, here we go. Here we go. Let's just set sail. This is Ave Maria. Ave Maria.
Oh, listen to a maiden's prayer, for I can see you amid the wild. 'Tis I who can save me, despair. We slumber safely till the morrow, though we by man outcast reviled. O maiden, see a maiden sorrow. O mother, hear a suppliant child. Ave Maria, undefiled. The flinty couch whereon we're sleeping shall seem with down of Ida piled. If thou above sweet watch are keeping. Fucking COVID is failing my lungs so bad. The murky caverns are so heavy, shall breathe of balm if thou hast smiled. O maiden, hear maidens pleading. O mother, hear a suppliant child. Ave Maria, stainless style. I'm gonna have to tap out, folks. I don't think we're gonna get through a third verse.
Bocelli was not too worried.
Oh, goddamn.
That was the
I hate
raspy
tapping
version
out,
of Ave
but-
Maria.
Right? Even after my like singing voice came back, it's so thin compared to what it was a few weeks ago that I just oof. We'll edit that out in post. No one's gonna see that. That's right.
If we had a post, but yes, for sure. So yeah, it's just been a
Well, you know what? There's going to be a night coming up on this show where after a few political pieces, I'm going to be like, you know what? I'm a good voice tonight. We're going to fucking tackle Ave
We're gonna
Maria.
finish
I'm gonna
that.
belt on Ave Maria.
Yep. We're gonna finish that at some point. Sure. I'm down.
I'm gonna hit the bowl again. That's gonna help.
Nice. Let's do that. That's gonna help the voice for sure. And let's see. It's Fall Dash Closure, a fine effort. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate that. We got Fred Edward in the house, sharing out on the Twitters. Thank you so much, and over on the Facebook, making sure people actually get to see and know this because our algorithmic suppression is real, folks. Also, if you have not yet subscribed to Indie News Network on YouTube, we are trying to get to our 1,000 subscribers. We're getting close.
And we're so close. We're super close.
I think we hit 920 today. We're getting there. And once we get up to 1,000, we can actually start to get super chats, which is cool. I mean, we could get super rays right now on Rockfin. You know what it is? I think it's your phone and your headphones maybe are too close to each other. Your earbuds. That could be what's getting me that feedback. Because I notice when you pick up your phone, I hear it more. Anyway,
I'll bring the phone and everything over here.
Look. Okay. Sorry, everybody.
You're totally right.
And
Yep, phone's on the other
Tara,
side now.
see that?
Yeah.
No
Yep.
feedback. There you go.
Look at that.
See?
That's what fucked up my voice for Ave Maria was the phone being so close.
That's the rest. I'm gonna blame the phone and the feedback.
Fucking goddamn 5G.
That's yeah. Well, it's chemtrails and it's it's all the things that are messing. Well, next it's gonna be Neuralink, so they're just gonna pipe it right into our brains next, I guess.
Oh, don't start it.
Look, who
Cut out
owns
the middleman.
Who owns Chat GPT? As it turns out, Elon owns that too. So he's already got the AI chatbots that are starting to think. Yep.
Stop.
Mm-hmm.
Who'd have thought?
Yeah.
All right. So we're I don't feel like a Christmas episode would be complete without some Christmas stories. And this won't be the full story time episode by any means, because I've got some Dr. Seuss books I want to pull out one night and really get into. But we are gonna fuck up How the Grinch Stole Christmas and the Night Before Christmas, because it feels fitting.
You're a Grinch. My son is like obsessed with the Grinch movie lately.
Mine too.
I think it's the new one, like the newest one that just came out.
Oh, I've only shown him the classic. Again, I'm a snob, so I'm like, this is the only Grinch. If someone tells you otherwise, they're lying to you. Don't let them.
Everybody's been getting super excited again about the Jim Carrey Grinch and how good he was in that. They're like, that was like the best. He was
the stuff of nightmares.
Mm-hmm. Where's Anna Mayers? I wonder where she's at. Did I? Oh, I didn't send her the link. Let's send that over here. Look her up.
So I don't know how much glare I'm going to have, because by God, I would love to get a good angle and be able to prop us up like this. So that's probably what I'll do. Especially now that I finally listened to Indie and moved my phone away from the mic.
Yay, no feedback.
He was like, that's what's making the crack. I was like, this isn't the X-Files, Andy. My God, this is reality. And then I moved it, and he was right. He was totally right.
When we do that, we'll take away all the other stuff and clear it out so that they can just see you and hear you. I'll be a disembodied voice now.
All right.
Wait, we're not reading Seuss? Yes, we kind of are reading Seuss. Cynic.
We're absolutely fucking reading Seuss. Hey, I came here to wheeze my way through Ave Maria and read some Seuss, and I'm all out of wheezing.
We're all out of Ave. All right. Let's do it.
You know what's sad is how many times I practiced that song today, loading up trucks, and truck drivers had to listen to me sing Ave Maria in the cab, in and out all morning. all for me to sound like Axl Rose that time they did the VMAs. When he had to take a knee like Chris Farley, just like, hang on a second. Yep. Not the best performance, but it was the worst performance.
Well, you know what? Your coworkers are definitely getting like quality in their listening pleasure, I have to say, though. At least.
That's true. I try to bring the heat. So my dance moves at work too are just, I mean, it's something I can't really replicate on here, but if I could, believe me, our viewers, we'd be on some 10,000 subs real fast. So like I said, I was a Grinch purist. The original special when I was a kid was one of my favorites. I never got my hands on the actual book until a couple months ago. And there is just a few discrepancies and little departures. Also early Seuss, so the color palette is just like black, white, red, pink. That's it. But yeah, so in the interest of YouTube censorship, this is just for fun. Sure aren't making any money doing this.
We're on Rumble and Rockfin anyway, so that's all right.
So fuck you, YouTube. I never liked you anyway.
Fuck you, YouTube.
You
Stop
killed my
censor-
friends, YouTube. You killed
Dude.
my friends.
They literally killed Slow News Day's channel this week. So fuck you, YouTube.
Yep. Okay. Here we go, fam. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Every Who down in Whoville liked Christmas a lot. But the Grinch, who lived just north of Whoville, did not. The Grinch hated Christmas, the whole Christmas season. Now, please don't ask why. No one quite knows the reason. It could be his head wasn't screwed on just right. It could be, perhaps, that his shoes were too tight. But I think that the most likely reason of all may have been that his heart was 2 sizes too small. But whatever the reason, his heart or his shoes, he stood there on Christmas Eve hating the Whos, staring down from his cave with a sour, grinchy frown at the warm lighted windows below in their town. For he knew every Who down in Whoville beneath was busy now hanging a mistletoe wreath. And they're hanging their stockings, he snarled with a sneer. Tomorrow is Christmas. It's practically here. Then he growled with his Grinch fingers nervously drumming, I must find some way to stop Christmas from coming. For tomorrow, he knew, all the Who girls and boys would wake bright and early. They'd rush for their toys. And then, oh, the noise, noise. That's one thing he hated, the noise. Then the Whos, young and old, would sit down to a feast, and they'd feast, and they'd feast, and they'd feast. They would feast on Who pudding and rare Who roast beast, which was something the Grinch couldn't stand in the least. And then they'd do something he liked least of all. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, would stand close together with Christmas bells ringing. They'd stand hand in hand, and those Whos would start singing. They'd sing, and they'd sing, and they'd sing. And the more the Grinch thought of this Who Christmas sing, the more the Grinch thought, I must stop this whole thing. Why, for 53 years I've put up with it now. I must stop this Christmas from coming. But how? Then he got an idea. An awful idea. The Grinch got a wonderful, awful idea. I know just what to do, the Grinch laughed in his throat, and he made a quick Santa Claus hat and a coat. And he chuckled and clucked, what a great Grinchy trick. With this coat and this hat, I look just like Saint Nick. All I need is a reindeer. The Grinch looked around, but since reindeer are scarce, there was none to be found. Did that stop the old Grinch? No, the Grinch simply said, if I can't find a reindeer, I'll make one instead. So he called his dog Max. Then he took some red thread and he tied a big horn on the top of his head. Then he loaded some bags and some old empty sacks on a ramshackle sleigh, and he hitched up old Max. Then the Grinch said, get up, and the sleigh started down toward the homes where the Whos lay a snooze in their town. All their windows were dark. Quiet snow filled the air. All the Whos were all dreaming sweet dreams without care. When he came to the first little house on the square. This is stop number 1, the old Grinchy Claus hissed, and he climbed to the roof, empty bags in his fist. Then he slid down the chimney, a rather tight pinch, but if Santa could do it, then so could the Grinch. He got stuck only once, for a moment or two. Then he stuck his head out of the fireplace flue, where the little Who stockings all hung in a row. These stockings, he grinned, are the first thing to go. Then he slithered and slunk with a smile most unpleasant around the whole room, and he took every present. Pop guns and bicycles, roller skates, drums, checkerboards, tricycles, popcorn and plums, and he stuffed them in bags. Then the Grinch very nimbly stuffed all the bags, one by one, up the chimney. Then He slunk to the icebox. He took the Who's feast. He took the Who pudding. He took the roast beast. He cleaned out that icebox as quick as a flash. Why, that Grinch even took their last can of Who hash. Hey, Stro. Come here. Sorry, cat Stro. Hey, boo, come on. Come on, we're reading. Come on. Then he stuffed all the food up the chimney with glee. And now, grinned the Grinch, I will stuff up the tree. And the Grinch grabbed the tree and he started to shove when he heard a small sound like the coo of a dove. Not that. He turned around fast and he saw a small Who. Little Cindy Lou who was no more than 2. The Grinch had been caught by this tiny Who daughter who'd got out of bed for a cup of cold water. She stared at the Grinch and said, Santa Claus, why? Why are you taking our Christmas tree? Why? But you know, that old Grinch was so smart and so slick. He thought up a lie and he thought it up quick. Why, my little sweet tot, the fake Santa Claus lied. There's a light on this tree that won't light on one side. So I'm taking it home to my workshop, my dear. I'll fix it up there, then I'll bring it back here. And his fib fooled the child. Then he patted her head, and he got her a drink, and he sent her to bed. And when Cindy Lou Who went to bed with her cup, he went to the chimney and stuffed the tree up. Then the last thing he took was the log for their fire. Then he went up the chimney himself, the old liar. On their walls he left nothing but hooks and some wire. And the one speck of food that he left in the house was a crumb that was even too small for a mouse. Then he did the same thing to the other Who's houses, leaving crumbs much too small for the other Who's mouses. It was 1/4 dawn. All the Who's still abed, all the Who's still a snooze when he packed up his sled, packed it up with their presents, the ribbons, the wrappings, the tags, and the tinsel, the trimmings, the trappings. 3,000 feet up the side of Mount Crumpet, he rode with his load to the tip-top to dump it. Pooh-pooh to the Who's, he was grinchishly humming. They're finding out now that no Christmas is coming. They're just waking up. I know just what they'll do. Their mouths will hang open a minute or two. Then the Who's down in Whoville will all cry, boo-hoo. That's a noise, grinned the Grinch, that I simply must hear. So he paused, and the Grinch put his hand to his ear. And he did hear a sound rising over the snow. It started in low, then it started to grow. But the sound wasn't sad. Why, this sound sounded merry. It couldn't be so, but it was merry, very. He stared down at Whoville. The Grinch popped his eyes. Then he shook. What he saw was a shocking surprise. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, was singing, without any presents at all. He hadn't stopped Christmas from coming. It came. Somehow or other, it came just the same. And the Grinch, with his Grinch feet ice cold in the snow, stood puzzling and puzzling. How could it be so? It came without ribbons. It came without tags. It came without packages, boxes, or bags, and he puzzled 3 hours till his puzzler was sore. Then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't before. Maybe Christmas, he thought, doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas, perhaps, means a little bit more. And what happened then? Well, in Whoville they say that the Grinch's small heart grew 3 sizes that day. And the minute his heart didn't feel quite so tight, he whizzed with the load through the bright morning light. And he brought back the toys and the food for the feast. And he himself, the Grinch, carved the roast beast. Nice little wick of air on the mic with that. So my son and I, last year, my wife works at the hospital and she ended up having to work Christmas. So I picked up a lemon pepper pork tenderloin and did it in the oven with some applesauce. And he was like, "What are you making?" I was like, "Rare Who roast beast," and he loved it. And so that's lo and behold, that's what we're doing again this year because he was asking for it. In fact, I made one Thanksgiving too because he was like, "It's already getting cold out. Can we watch the Grinch?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, we can watch the Grinch." And so then I had to. It's any excuse for a lemon pepper tenderloin. So
my son, he likes say Cindy Lou Who with a little lisp. It's like the cutest thing ever. Whenever I hear that, I hear Cindy Lou Who. Yep.
Where did Cat Stro go? Hang on. We got people that want to see you. Stro, come here. Psst, psst, psst. Oh, my computer's not plugged in. Hang on.
What? Wait, we lost Jesse. We lost our host. Oh, Fidel, Cat Stro.
We need Kitty. Come here. Oh. Come here. Come. Psst, psst, psst.
I think we're gonna get an appearance. He's being a pain.
I think we're. Come here, Stro. Come here. Don't make me pick you up. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come up.
Okay, we should all work together on a pandemic-based Dr. Seuss-like book for kids. I think Jesse's written like half of them, but they're nightmares. They're not really kids. They're not really kids stories, but yes.
Come here.
But yeah, Jenna
just
Colby,
move like a Dr. Seuss piece.
Jenna Colby's trying to she's calling Castro.
Stro, come here.
So funny. We got Warren in the house. Warren Jelly Kitty, like for real.
Kitty, come here. Come here. See, Brody wouldn't do this. Your brother would be up here already. The kid should be more like your brother.
She's a diva. That's what it is. It's good. She's a diva. Well, let's leave it to.
See, okay, come here. Quick. You can't be talking.
Oh my god, this is great. We got Signs in the house. We got VS Adams in the house. Little saying chocolate cows are real. Are they? I did not know that. And Anthony saying kitty. Yes. Chocolate cows are real. Apparently,
oh, there's the boy. Here's the boy. Hey, no, fuck! No! Oh,
Mike went down. Mike fell.
Okay, hang on. Let's turn. So, the people want to see you.
Oh, we're getting more views.
Fucking damn it.
We're getting more views of Camp David.
Absolute disaster. Hey, Stro, wait. Hey, come here. Come here. Not your ass.
No, I'm out. Here's my ass. Here's my tail. No. I'm just gonna camp out now.
You are. Can you
I'm
not?
looking at a light and a cat's ass. Thank you.
Hey, wait, Stro.
I see an ear. I see a head.
Piss. Quit. Now he's just. Now he's gonna try to push the lamp off. That's his signature.
Oh,
move.
This is entertaining. We're having.
And he's
fun
enormous too. So if he wants to, like, he can do it. That's the problem. He can do whatever he wants.
Oh, there we go.
That's the problem. Can we get some belly for the folks at home? Can you show them some bells? Some belly.
Oh boy. Yes, the cat is orange.
Now it's just all of this. No, it is all of this.
Now you got Fat Cat on the desk.
What do you even? Oh,
now we're getting belly.
Oh, there it is.
Now we're getting
we're
getting it. Cat can't hear us, but that's okay. Oh, chocolate cows is where chocolate milk comes from. Yes, that is an E. Heller joke. That is an Ed Heller joke, and it's bacon flavored chocolate cows. Apparently, that's what's going on there. But yeah, Signs, that would be cool to work on a Seuss style album.
My Wi-Fi is taking a shit.
Oh,
is it back?
Now we're back. I think
my Wi-Fi is taking a shit.
Yep, it's one of us.
We're back.
I don't know if it's mine.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Okay,
we're delayed, but we're back.
Yeah, now he's all worked up. Now he's trying to snug on everything under the sun.
Huh. Okay. Oh, Fidel.
Back here.
Oh,
Come on.
everybody loves them.
Come on.
Cats are definitely
out.
not dogs. I'm
There we go.
more a dog guy personally, but kitties are cute. Kitties are fun. Jenna's in love.
All right, here's the man. Yeah.
All right, Fidel. And then the night that you were on Tara's show and you had Fidel Castro and Che on together hanging out. That was pretty
Meeting
damn
of the
funny.
minds.
And Che is a loud. That is a loud cat. He's got some attitude and some things to say. Let me tell you.
Did someone say Tara Reid? You mean
What?
this Tara?
Wait, that's
Tara? Tara's book right there that I'm pointing to.
Oh yeah, I see it. Left out when the truth doesn't fit, I believe is what it doesn't. What was what it says? Yeah. Yeah, Colin. Cats are dicks, but dogs are sluts. Well, wow. That's coming hard.
One without the other, right?
That is bringing it hard. Why don't I see that comment here on the
cat?
It must be on no. Where is that? That's really weird. Colin's comment is not showing up here. I see VS Adams. I see signs. No, I'm looking at Twidget. I wanted to put it up there, but it's not there for some reason. Oh, there it is. Cats are dicks. Again, cats are dicks. Yeah. They can be. Yeah, they.
You know what?
For about 3 seconds, they like you, and then get out of here. That's cats.
Well, man, we still got 14 folks hanging out with us just in YouTube alone. I love you guys. Seriously, this was a variety show, putting it mildly, that included a gong show segment where
they literally pulled you halfway through Ave Maria.
Let me just keep going.
We literally pulled you. You pulled yourself halfway through a song.
Oh, like fucking John Gielgud.
Chuck Barris. There you go.
Oh, fiends of air and earthy essence. That's what I'll just read the lyrics of Ave Maria as John Gielgud.
That would probably
shall
do pretty
flee
well.
Before thy holy presence. Oh, someone asked for cats. We got cats again. Your kitty, young sir.
Young sir. I do that to my brother all the time. Young sir.
I do that all the time if like someone, one of my bosses needs some paperwork or something. I come around and be like, your inventory, young sir. Oh, this guy.
Aww.
This cat seriously like loves belly rubs. He's just the biggest flop. He's like, I don't know. It's hard to really tell. This cat is enormous. He is not a chunky cat. He is just a lot of cat. Like, okay, must you? That's the mic cord. Let's not start.
Just
you want to snug it? Snug it once. Get a little
Riches
ASMR. No, not on the keys.
Amaret, they got nothing on you, kitty. Let me tell you.
Okay. Whew. Yeah, now he's just all horned up for snugs too. It's gonna be okay. He's like aware of the mic cord. It's just a whole thing.
Like now I can go underneath. George Carlin does the best cat on stage where he's like he's acting like he's gonna get rubbed and he rolls on his back and man so damn good. You believe that he's the cat, and then when he does the dog eyes and he does the expression, it's because dogs have eyebrows. Please, sir, just one more treat. Oh, so good. Reef and I do Carlin lines all day, all night long. Just so good. Yeah, 15 people hanging out, plus a couple on the Rock Fins and some over on the Rumbles too. We're doing well on the Rumble, I have to say. I'm pleasantly surprised that Rumble is growing as a platform. I kind of wish Rockfin would be growing as quickly as Rumble, but we got a few people watching over live on the Rumbles. Appreciate you over there. And feel free to chat over there too. We're monetized. We get Rumble rants.
Ooh, we're monetized. Look at that. It just sounds so good.
Tip your waiters,
As
everybody.
badly as I want to get into more Dr. Seuss, I'm saving those for story night. We are gonna fuck up some Night Before Christmas, because why not?
Nice.
I was literally like digging through my kids' books. I'm like, I know this book is in there somewhere. Like that's such a classic.
See, now my son is a big Nightmare Before Christmas, a big Jack Skellington.
Yeah, mine too. And
Yeah.
I admittedly, I'd never even seen that movie until my kid watched it and fell in love with it. Tim Burton, I don't know. It's already 11 o'clock, so we won't have a whole lot of time. Tim Burton, he managed to do the Jimmy Buffett thing where you do something and people like it, and then you go, well, I'm just going to keep doing this. Why would I not just keep doing this? And there were so many Tim Burton things, and I'm just like, okay, here we go again. That said, I love Edward Scissorhands. But for me, it's like there were a couple big Tim Burton wins, and then there were a whole bunch of just kind of like he made his own Costco brand version of his own material.
Yeah. I feel that.
So when I was younger, I knew an awful lot of like really obnoxious people that were like, you've got to see Nightmare Before Christmas, and just the push was so much that I was like inherently like, I'm gonna avoid this film. And so I really didn't have any interest in seeing it until my kid loves spooky stuff, and so we gave it a shot one day, and he just fell in love with it. And yeah, I'll add it to the list of Burton related things, because he had involvement, but it wasn't like all solely him. But
is it a Halloween story or is it a Christmas story? Really, I mean,
it's kind of both.
Yeah,
and then, like, my favorite part of the whole thing is him seeing and falling in love with Christmas, just because I'm a sucker for that kind of like Norman Rockwell Christmas vibe. But yeah, he's a huge fan of that. So it's like, around fall we start watching that, and then it's just in regular rotation. But I am happy to say that I made him watch the Opus Christmas special, A Wish for Wings That Work, that I used to watch when I was a kid, and he loved it and has asked to watch it like several times since, which is just a big win for me. Like, hey, here's some obscure media that you can love one day, and like maybe meet 5 people in your whole lifetime that know what you're talking about.
But when you find those 5 people, man, let me tell you,
you're instantly best friends with them.
It's magical. It really is.
Bill the cat, man. What's not to love?
Seriously.
All right. So yeah.
Do it.
With that said, Nightmare. I almost said Nightmare. Yeah, Andy got me fucked up.
I got you.
All right. The Nightmare Before Christmas. God damn it! Cut! You got it in my head, Andy. Okay, your mind games.
Nice.
You're happy.
That reminds me of the Oracle, the Matrix, which is like, sorry, you broke the plant in the lamp. Wait, what lamp? I subliminally planted it in your head. I love it.
Okay. Okay, rolling. All right. The Night Before Christmas. It was a real touch and go, but we made it through the title, folks.
I can't stop laughing.
'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mamma in her kerchief, and I in my cap, had just settled down for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from the bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, and threw up the sash. Real quick, I long for the days when you went to sleep in the full, like, men's gown, long hat with unnecessary tasseled ball, like a whole bunch of night clothes. So she's got a whole bonnet, a whole sleeping bonnet. Like, I don't know why we got away from that. I guess because at the time there were things like, chilblains or dropsy that you could get from being out in the cold. You could catch the vapors and die. But I guess that's not a concern anymore. But we also haven't looked into the efficacy of bedclothes in treating COVID and RSV. So it's something to look into for scientists that might be watching.
Well, Charlie's
sidebar,
grandfather, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. If we go back to that story, there are some bedclothes, I believe, in that one, and the hat with the ball on the end of it too. Grandpa was wearing that, right?
Yeah. Yep.
There you go.
And he also seemed like he was afflicted with he had some maladies, right? Something.
Just a few.
But aren't we all? I mean, let's be honest. Okay, sorry, sidebar's over. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver, so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name, now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donder and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky, so up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with the sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke, it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
Well, that seems like a pretty appropriate way to kind of close some stuff out here,
right? I feel like that's there we go. We'll be back next week for a listening party for the new record. Everyone that disagrees with you is an extremist.
Thanks to our press secretary for that, for the assist on the title.
Yep.
We were just talking about that, but yeah, that was amazing. I'm definitely gonna be playing the Grinch for my kids. I caught that. And I took all
Awesome.
of the the fluff and all the stuff off the screen so that it's just isolated on you. We can actually make that an audio track if you want at some point, and we can put that out.
Awesome.
That would be cool. Santa Claus started the Great Chicago Fire. Jesus, Ed.
I do want a recording of Ave Maria cut out so I can put it on a physical medium like a tape or a CD and then bury it in my backyard just for like ritual purposes.
Time capsule.
To be, so.
That's where it's going. It's going into the time capsule, but yes, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. I will also, relay those sentiments, and Happy Hanukkah to all of my Jewish brethren, fams, and we're a couple nights in already, and ho Hanukkah was kind of the combination of the two, or oi oi actually was more like, I have a blue Santa hat and it says oi oi on it. Really, I swear.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, maybe next week I'll
seriously.
show everyone. Not really. I'll show Jesse.
Yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. Seriously.
Yeah, this was fun.
I didn't know how our turnout would be for tonight, so it's gives me a lot of hope for the next episode, which I think we're gonna go ahead and do the full on story time. I think we're gonna get into some Dr. Seuss. We're gonna do like a little mix. I think we're gonna do a few Dr. Seuss books and then like an H.P. Lovecraft story, just to really give it a nice mix of like some really fun whimsical, and then some really just universe horror. I figured that'd be a fun double feature. Honestly, a couple of my biggest writing influences, just for Lovecraft for the bizarre vocabulary and unnecessarily thick sentences, and then just the rhyming patterns of Dr. Seuss. I feel like stay stuck in my head that like nothing can be too short or too long. There's that perfect line length that I find myself adhering to, and I feel like that's a direct branding from Dr. Seuss. So,
well, you stretch. I love when you stretch it, and we try to figure out, is he gonna hook it there? Is he gonna hook it there? Is he gonna hook? And then he brings it right back. It's I just love that stuff. I really do.
That's the fun. Is sometimes it's like, okay, how long do I want to go with like the secondary rhyme before I come back to that primary? And you can go as long as you want. There's no rule, and it is fun to like see if people have forgotten about it, and then you hit them with a really hard, like the rhyming word that is exactly like syllable for syllable rhymes with the primary. Then they go, oh, that's still a viable rhyme. We're still there.
yeah, we can still do that. That's I love seeing
one of my favorite moments, which honestly made me want to perform my stuff more in front of crowds, was at the CPI event in Chicago. I did Shepherd of Hopes, among other things. And this kid came up to me afterwards. And he had this big smile on his face. And he was like, okay, just so I'm clear, he was like, it was oligarchs, stolen car, blown apart, Joan of Arc. Was that your rhyme scheme there?
Wow.
And I was like, yeah. He's like, bro, that's fucking sick. And he just like gave me a high five. It was so great. He was your rhymes there.
Like the fact that you got that in one sitting. In one sitting.
I know. And I was like,
bro, I've heard that like 17 times and I can't put that together. That's, sign that kid up.
Dude. I was like, man, if I had a merch table, I'd be like, get this man a t-shirt.
Dude, sign that kid up. Seriously.
It was awesome. So
wow.
Yeah, shout out to that guy, because that was like, not only was he like paying attention, he was fucking paying attention. This dude was listening and retaining, and like, man, I wish I could like perform my stuff for like 50 of you. Like, that's awesome,
right?
And I honestly, I feel like like you guys, my regular crowd in here, I feel like you guys, you don't just kind of hang out and bullshit. Like, you guys genuinely listen, and that means a great deal. So yeah, I love you guys. Yeah.
All right, man. Well, thank you everyone for tonight.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. We'll talk. We'll see you guys next week.
We'll see you guys next week. Yeah.
I'm gonna do a special little 1-minute commercial that Joe made about INN, and then we'll go out with the closing credits from How Do We Miss That, which is very similar to this. So let's do that now. Indie News Network, collaborative family of independent content creators, co-hosted normally by me, Indy. I'm founder and editor of Indie Left News and Indie Media Today. I got Reef Breland sitting next to me. We're all founding members, like I said, of
INN, the Indie News Network.
My name is Jesse Jett.
It's American tradition.
What's up, Space Monkeys? Welcome to Political Fight Club. I'm Robert Durden.
Go to malentsplain.com.
Welcome to another episode of The Show Your Parents Warned You About. It's Reefer After Dark.
Guys, this is Tommy Nate with Tommy Nation Politics.
I mostly make art for INN.
Big Man Crab Joe. Keep up those great videos.
I'm Tatami of the YouTube channel Tatami's Diary.
Is Andrew Rivera on The Handsome Cynic.
Stay high, everybody.
Hey guys, it's Yeti coming at you.
It's Politics of Survival. Hello, my name is Lucy from Blue Moon Red Wine.
This is Grizz Legion, and peace out.
Les Bones says Colin too fancy.
No, don't do that to me. No.
Keep fighting that good fight out there, guys. I'll talk to you later.
Who are these people?
I think I liked it better being blind, when I couldn't read between the lines, and when I couldn't see the cracks in the structure that lay bare before me the whole time. I think I liked it better back when I suspended disbelief and swallowed pride. I thought I knew the difference in the red from the blue, but they both bleed us so dry. They both bleed us so dry.
My favorite songs don't hit the same way. I get to the end of a 4-minute track and I'm only looking back thinking, what